a fun time,
Definitely not
man.
played. I've never played a Borderlands, but the Telltale's
That is
game.
a game you can get lost in.
The Telltale's
we
game,
was talking
I
about
did
Telltale
download.
games and
Okay, I was say I did download that.
we got Tales for the Borderlands and we went to Borderlands 2. Talking about how good of a game
Okay.
that was. Uh, but yeah, but last thing I was saying about it is that last boss fight was terrible for me until I invited more people to join me. I'll never forget that moment. So I was going through the whole game by myself. Yeah, Borderlands wants you to play with other people. It's designed like that. I just went through by myself.
It's better that way because you get better like loot and shit.
Yeah, it's meant to be played like that. So that what made it fun. That's why people love Borderlands. Like we probably have a blast with it. They made like a 3, and they made it just like.
I actually
2.
think they're supposed to be working on a 3. There's a rumor
that they're working on it, but it's not like
Green Lantern.
It's not like
everybody wants it to.
Superman.
Everybody wants it to. Because people love
approaching
so,
Arkham
of course
Asylum.
People love it.
So
But yeah, I got the end boss fight.
I was like, when these games came out, the Borderlands series, was it already on PS3?
PS3. PS3. They made that collection for the PS4 that had Borderlands 1 and 2 together.
There is a sniper on the roof that's been killing people
and that
fucking
prequel.
game.
And that prequel.
Oh, the pre-sequel.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
That's what they call it, the pre-sequel, because it was the sequel, but it was the prequel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But people, actually, I think they say people didn't really like the pre-sequel. Like, I haven't gotten very far into it, but they say it wasn't like a lot to do on it, like not a lot of in-game content.
Yeah, they still say 2 is the best.
Bitch, don't get your bitch ass back up there with that goddamn sniper.
The end boss fight I had, like when I set my, I remember I set my purpose to open. I didn't even invite people to my thing.
Oh yeah, people would just hop in your session and shit.
So yeah. So I set it to open, bro. As soon as I set it to open, all these people started joining me, bro. It was like so cool. Like all the people started joining me, and we beat that last boss in one fight. Cause they already knew what I was about. They already knew I guess they knew what I was like. He had the end. I guess they knew how hard that boss fight, and then it was like, oh, he's at the end. I'll help him out, and they helped me in, and I finally beat him. But that boss fight was tough by yourself.
I mean, what were you fighting?
Like a big.
You were fighting this giant alien dragon, bro. Like, and you're fighting it like inside of a volcano. So it's like lava everywhere, and it's like flopping around and shit.
And you finally fight, and then you fight Handsome Jack. He was horrible too.
Who's Handsome Jack?
Handsome Jack's a villain.
It's weird because he's the villain, and
he's the villain in 1 and 2, but he's the protagonist in the pre-sequel.
What? So he's like,
because he wasn't always a bad guy. He wasn't always a bad guy, and then he becomes like a bad guy, like working for the company that he works with.
But yeah. So shout out to Borderlands. Hope they make. They haven't said anything about it in a long time. Borderlands 2 came out. That was 11, I think, 2012. Somewhere that. So it's been a while. People remember. If they don't have it. Yeah. So, but I do need to put a test on Borderlands. Because they said that's actually really good.
Test on the Borderlands?
Yeah, people said that's actually really good. Borderlands.
Well, I'm gonna have to play into it more. That was my first Telltale game, so at first I was kind of like, but y'all know me like that. I like to be flying through the air, like shooting shit. So it's gonna be a bit of an adjustment for me.
Telltale games has their own type of gameplay. You just decide what happens. Like just talking, just dialogue.
Yeah, I can tell because every time you do something, it's like such and such will remember that. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. What gets me, Sean, is that you like Borderlands, but you don't play
Reverse Flash
Auto because they call it the Gun Runner. And when
fighters approaching Arkham Asylum.
If you could just look up that trailer, Rob, like I just want you to see it because I know there's no point in telling Sean to look it up, but you should definitely look it up.
I don't know. I'm just not a Grand Theft Auto person, man. Like I haven't been interested in Grand Theft Auto since San Andreas. Like it's just, I don't know, it's just not a title that I want to really buy.
You are the first. Let me repeat this. You are the first person I've ever heard say I am not a Auto person. I swear. I never heard
It's just not my thing, man.
Well,
like, I'll never say that it's a bad game. Like, I'll never say that. The way they did that, basically with Grand Theft Auto 5, they did kind of what Destiny was supposed to do as far as longevity and content. You know what I'm saying? So they got it right. They got it right. Like, people are still picking this shit up. There are dedicated Destiny players that, like me, who don't even play it anymore. Like, it's not even point. Unless my friends are doing something. So it's just like, they got it right. They did a really good fucking job with that game. I just don't have an interest with playing it and with that kind of gameplay. And that's a personal preference.
Crazy. That's crazy. And wait, and you played 5? Did you play 5?
No, I haven't played 5.
You've
I
never
haven't had the
touched
chance
it.
to.
Have you seen it?
I've seen you guys play it, obviously.
I really think there'd be portions of that game that you would just be like, what the
wow,
fuck?
bro, like that's crazy, bro. I swear you're the first person to ever say that ever around me. I've never heard nobody say that. That's like Grand Theft Auto person. Grand Theft Auto is the one game that everybody buys.
Right.
When it comes out, casuals, hardcore gamers.
So I guess you can everybody buys. There's a 99% of people who buy the game, and not 100.
So. Yes. It is a 99% of people who has a system get Grand Theft Auto 5. Like, I think to this day it's still like the top 10 selling game every month. To this day, and that's crazy. Wow. It came out 2013, and it's still on the charts. I couldn't believe it when I heard
it. Like I said, I commend them for it. Like, I don't have no qualms against the game. Like, it's not. I'm not finna say that Grand Theft Auto sucks. No, it's their motto of keeping content alive, as well as having what I would assume is a pretty fleshed out story. They did a really good job with the way they implemented that. Like I said, it's just when I see Grand Theft Auto, I don't think like I do with like Destiny, or if like with another Kingdom Hearts, if when they give Kingdom Hearts teasers, I don't feel like that about Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
I'm just not like, I need to get this shit, even if I have to lose sleep.
Well, the way I felt about it when I first saw the trailers and whatnot, I was like, damn, this shit looks hilarious. And mind you, the last one I played was 4. So like the graphics were a little
4 looks updated now.
Yeah, like 4 looks like a little kid just decided let me.
Which one was 4? Hold on, which one was 4 again? Or actually, I don't actually think I played 4. Which one was 4?
4 was the one that takes place in a character named Nico Bellic, and he was coming there from some European country, and he was living with his brother Roman, and like I will say this, the story of 4 is what makes 4 great. The story and like nothing else. Nothing. I mean,
the story is a lot more serious.
Right.
That was a lot more serious than 5.
Now, 5 is kind of all over the place, but you can still follow it because it's technically told by like 3 different characters that you get to play as. And then they give these 3 different characters like special abilities that you would not imagine them to have. Like Michael can slow down time and shoot better.
Right.
Franklin can drive better. And Trevor just takes less damage, but surprisingly or unsurprisingly deals more damage.
I would never forget that trailer. When they showed that you could switch characters anytime and they'll be living their own lives if you wasn't playing as them.
Right.
I thought that was crazy.
I can't say that's pretty good.
I was like, oh, that is so dope. And they'll be doing something different every time you switch to them.
Right.
Every time you do something different.
I didn't really take it that serious until one day I logged on to my system. I loaded up the game and I went to play as Trevor, and this man was in the middle of being chased by the police. And I was like, like, oh my god. So instead of having like a casual Sunday afternoon where I'm just gonna knock some stuff out,
You immediately have to get this.
Right, I immediately have like 2-3 stars that I gotta get rid of, and I'm like, oh, thanks a lot, Trevor. There have been so many times where I've seen this man have people tied up under like a pier.
Are you ready?
Yeah. So what do? You just kill him when he comes up?
I was being fair, not polite.
Begin.
It's crazy. Like when switching to Trevor, you'll be most likely do the most ridiculous. You be doing the most ridiculous thing. Like I've switched to Trevor, and he's like on a beach full of his dead bodies all around him, and he just wakes up on the beach. And he's like drunk.
He's the crazy
man. Same person? Oh, wait, Trevor is crazy.
Yeah,
I thought you was talking about the nigga and
he's the depiction of you playing Titanfall.
Oh god.
Right. So.
He. Oh, we're doing that. This is the most funniest one. Like I've switched to him, and he was on top of a mountain with a dress on in the middle of nowhere. Just on top of a mountain.
Shit.
I'm trying to get down the mountain, and I just couldn't think of how to do it. So I said, "Bruh, I'm switching back to Franklin." I just switched back to Franklin. I was like,
right. Meanwhile, a person like me would have seen that situation and just been like, "How the fuck do I get down this mountain? Maybe I'll just jump." Mind you,
nah, you're just gonna die, nigga. It's real.
Yeah, mind you, this is before they gave us an update that said whenever you hop into a plane, you just get a parachute. So I'm tumbling down in this fucking dress, and you know what? I'm still playing Grand Theft Auto 5 on like my PS4. Like I'm taking my sweet ass time with the story. But if I ever switch to Trevor and he's on top of a mountain wearing a dress, I'm not changing it. I'm gonna play that entire story with the dress on, just to see if it changes the dialogue and the cutscenes of the story.
It'd be funny if it did.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers
when you look at stuff like that, Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 did some really like it broke some boundaries, bro. Because I can't think of another game that does that. 3 separate characters that live in their own lives if you're not playing with them. It's really dope. And you know what I'm saying, like, you know, Foster Rock.
Oh shit! I completely forgot I was playing Titanfall. Oh goddamn!
Right.
Sorry, I was looking at booty. I'm sorry, I was looking at booty.
And one last thing. Grand Theft Auto 5 is still 60.
Oh yeah, it's been 3 years and that game is still 60
games
bucks.
will do that shit.
No. Not good games. Not good games. That is the only game that is deserving of that. The only game.
What is it? Black Ops 3 was still $60 for like a while, dog. I still remember.
Define a while, because this game again came out.
I think like last time I saw it was like a month ago, or maybe no, it was like a couple of months ago when I last checked, and the shit was like still 60 in the thing, like in the store. Like this is like Black Ops 3. This is what I'm talking about. Black Ops 3. So like games will do that if they can keep the hype long enough, because niggas still play Black Ops 3. There's streamers that still play Black Ops 3.
I guarantee you the fan base for Grand Theft Auto 5 makes the fan base for Black Ops 3.
That's why you died. Don't come in the bank trying to kill me.
Look like an ant. I'll put it to you like this: the fan base for Grand Theft Auto is like when. Have you seen Captain America: Civil War, Sean?
I hated that fucking movie, but yeah, I saw it.
Whoa!
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it from a story mode, like a story content wise, but I hated what happened in the fucking in the movie. Like I hated how the story played out.
Remember,
it was a great movie, but I just hated how it
so remember that scene in the airport?
Yeah, where everybody's like fighting and crazy shit.
So the fan base for Grand Theft Auto 5.
How many people do you think they killed?
Nobody. They evacuated that area.
How many people died?
But the fan base for Grand Theft Auto 5, the fan base for Grand Theft Auto 5 is like Ant-Man in that movie, whereas the fan base for Grand Theft Auto 5, whereas the fan base for Call of Duty 3 is like Ant-Man in his movie. To put things in perspective. So, right. So I'm looking at the conference schedule. Is this EA Plus? Why does EA look like they have a plus sign by it?
Yeah, cause we need to get back to the E3 talk.
Yeah, so EA, their pre-show game, or IGN's pre-show is at 11:30. The conference I think is tomorrow at noon PT.
Let's talk. Wait, before you keep going, let's talk about this, right?
Okay.
Let's talk about these conferences taking place on the weekend now. Cause I swear,
it started on Tuesday.
Take place on the weekdays. Yes,
they used to because I remember trying to stream them at work or some shit.
But see now, more and more people
I would take an iPad and stream shit at work.
But see now, more and more people are I guess
watching
getting
E3.
Involved. Well, that too, but they're getting involved with it.
I want to see.
So when they get involved with it, it makes them want to.
So you think they put on the weekend they'll have way more people watching because the weekend.
Right.
I mean, that would make more sense. Like more people are watching, more people will be able to get out there without like
I think
taking
they
their
do
PTO and shit.
I think they do it because they need the space. That's what I think it is. Because you can't have everybody on. You can't have E3, Microsoft, Bethesda on Monday, and then Devolver Digital on like Tuesday, then Ubisoft on Wednesday, Sony and Nintendo on Thursday. I mean, to be perfectly honest, a person like me,
that's how it used to be.
Yeah, to be honest, a person like me is only gonna watch
659.
one
What the fuck?
of these. I'm only gonna watch like one of these.
During the weekdays when E3 used to take place, most people were at work. Most people were at work when they came on because they used to come on like at 12 o'clock, like on a weekday, bro. Like 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. That's why I respected Sony. The reason I always saw Sony is because they always come on late in the afternoon. Sony was always smart with theirs. You know, come on late.
Yeah, I'm saying either late and well, actually, yeah, it's always been late in the afternoon.
Come here, laser. I want that ass.
Bro, they are oh my god, bro, they are showing the Black Panther trailer on
Supergirl.
What?
Oh, pull that shit up, dog. I ain't got cable, so I ain't gonna see it.
Brainiac.
So the NBA Finals, I'm watching the NBA Finals. And then, oh my god, this show.
I don't give a fuck if y'all shoot me. This bounty titan is mine, bitch. Mine.
What the fuck? It's already online.
It's probably somewhere online right now. Like it might be. It's somewhere online.
Fighters approaching Atlantis.
We should talk about movies.
You bitches took my bounty titan.
I was gonna say that right now. We should talk about.
That's gonna be all y'all because I ain't seen a movie in forever, nigga.
Movies.
Oh my god, bro, this a full length trailer.
How long is it
like a full cinematic trailer?
Bro, they're showing a full trailer of Black Panther right now on the commercial.
Like I'll let you cut me open.
Oh wow, now we should have catch
Science demands your sacrifice.
It'll be on
I
the
think it came
internet.
out like 10 hours ago.
Okay.
Come on, get the battery in there, cuz.
Bro, wait till y'all see this cast, bro.
Man, the blackest thing in life should be.
Right.
It is. They ain't showing nothing but black people this whole trailer. Oh my god, that was nice. Hand clap. A round of applause for that trailer. Round of applause for that trailer, Marvel. Good job. Good job. Shout out to Black Panther. Black Marvel doing their thing. That was great.
He said Black Marvel doing it.
Oh no,
Black Marvel doing their thing. Nah, Black Marvel, baby. Black Marvel. This took all the black people at Marvel.
Bro, look, bro, wait till I see that trailer, bro. Like, that trailer had nothing but black people in it the whole time. Oh, but, okay, let's go back to, go back to E3. At E3. Yeah, so I'm glad they moved to E3. It makes sense. But are we doing, you want to do like quick predictions for every conference?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can.
I only got two things. I don't even think they're gonna be predictions. I just want to fucking see it. Square Enix, where the fuck is my Kingdom Hearts 3? Where the fuck is my Final Fantasy 7? Tell me that. That's all I want.
Both of those are gonna be at Sony. They're both gonna be.
Hey, better.
If they show no, I'm saying if they show anything with both of those games, it's gonna be at Sony.
Which part of you hurts the worst?
So, going in order of Q3.
Yeah, going over.
I think it'll be, of course, Star Wars Battlefront. So.
No, wait, go back, Like,
that's what I'm doing. E3.
Okay.
I mean, not E3, I mean EA, my bad. I'm not EA.
Okay.
I'm over here, like, fighting. I'm over here fighting a Supergirl.
Brainiac wins.
But if EA, Microsoft, Bethesda, Devolver Digital, Ubisoft, Sony, and Nintendo, and before anyone asks, Devolver Digital is the developers of Hotline Miami.
Beat us, motherfucker.
They're the ones who, well, I think they're the ones who make Hotline Miami. I have to look that up, but I remember seeing.
They got their own conference.
Yeah, right. So I'm like really surprised about that. But we're gonna start with EA. The only thing I can think of that I really care about is what did I say?
EA
Battlefront.
Okay, yeah, you
Battlefront
go first.
The only thing I can think of is Battlefront 2 and
Harley Quinn.
I think they're taking back over.
I think that the studio that made, but I don't even care. I don't even really care right now. Fuck y'all. Oh, I can come back as a Titan. Oh, I'm gonna blow shit up before I go. The same studio that's supposed to be making Battlefront 2 is the one that made Titanfall. So we'll see how that goes.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
Fighters approaching Brainiac ship.
I was gonna say, if it come out as good as Titanfall did on launch, then you'll be great. Once they start balancing shit, you gonna hate it. But that's any game.
Well, I don't know. I've played
Battlefront 2 should
Well, I'm not gonna say any game. I'm not gonna say any game.
I think Battlefront 2 is gonna be good because
they got space, but they got everything they fucking need to have in the first one.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about your shit.
But yeah, so Battlefront 2 should be good. Yeah. When it comes to EA, that's all I can say. Really, Madden probably gonna be great. Battlefront 2. That's really it. Oh yeah, got a sports games and Battlefront. They might show something else that surprises. Hopefully, yeah, Battlefront 2 should be good. They'll probably have like a gameplay or a little gameplay of that. Cause the first one I saw the first one already looked great. Hey, great graphics. It just had a story. I'm mad about it.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Battlefront.
Battlefront 2 will have a story.
What the fuck was your purpose in Battlefront? Like, what did you play as in Battlefront? Like, it's a Star Wars game, so can niggas just be Jedis or is niggas just foot soldiers? Cause all I see in the gameplay is foot
Star
soldiers.
Wars Battlefront is you can play as foot soldiers, but they have what's called heroes, and you play as them when you get enough skills like in the game.
Yeah, so what does the hero do? Do you become a fucking Jedi?
You can play on like the good guys, so like you can play as what's his name? You play as Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Darth Vader. And I think they're like supposed to make more characters too.
Yeah. So
if you was playing with the bad guys, which you can like a Sith Lord.
Well, yeah, you get like Emperor Palpatine, Vader, Jango Fett, Boba Fett. Like it's a whole flurry of characters.
Yeah. So yeah, EA. Then who's out the EA?
Microsoft.
EA is after Microsoft tomorrow?
No, EA's.
No,
Microsoft's
after EA.
That's what I meant. They're at 1:30.
I meant
1:30 on Sunday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is just EA. Tomorrow is just EA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought somebody else was gonna be. Damn. So EA just got the whole Saturday to themselves. Okay.
Right. Like.
All right.
It's kind of weird. I mean, Sony. Nintendo has Tuesday. Yeah, Nintendo has Tuesday by itself, and what else?
So Sunday is Microsoft, Ubisoft.
Sunday is Microsoft, Bethesda, Devolver, and Devolver Digital. But Devolver
when
Digital.
does Ubisoft come on?
Ubisoft comes on Monday at 1 p.m. PT.
Okay, they come on before Sunday.
Right.
Okay.
Now I might.
Okay.
Fuck. That means I gotta watch them because I'm not finna ignore them to just catch Sony. Because I gotta watch any crappy ass game they're putting out. Fuck.
Hey, what we talking about?
Ubisoft.
Oh, well, we were just talking about the schedule, but we still trying to go on with the
maybe they can come back. Ubisoft used to be the shit. Maybe they can.
Yeah, used to.
Maybe they can.
They fucking fell off hard.
Maybe. Let's see what happens.
I want Far Cry 5 to be great. I want Assassin's Creed to be great. I want both of those to come back great. Please.
Well,
I want Far Cry to be great because white people hate it. You heard about that shit?
You said
Supergirl.
That's another reason why.
Because white people was like, it's certain white people that's like, Far Cry, the villains are like average American people, and they hate it because they feel like it's like racist against them. And I'm like, that's the exact reason I want it to flourish. Just like I did with the Mafia. Was it Mafia 3 where you use the black guy, you can fight the KKK?
Oh yeah. The only highlight of that game, but yeah. Yeah, but see, Far Cry 5, white people are mad about Far Cry 5.
Really? So when they whitewash a
movie
movie
how it looks to me.
that's supposed to have, black people in it, nobody bats an eye. But depict America in like the wrong sense, everybody loses their minds.
And then they're going on.
I don't even think it's America. Like I said, it's just like the average. They were like mad because it's like that the villain's supposed to be like the average American. I don't even know if it's like American.
First time out, kid.
The villain is a Christian cult leader, and it's a white guy. And it's full of white people, and people are mad about it. So most likely you're gonna be killing them entirely.
I mean, shit, you killing white people in other games. You know how many white people out of kill in Call of Duty?
Right.
No problem.
But see, that's probably different because it's war.
You know? That's stupid though, man. They shouldn't be getting. Didn't they get mad for one trailer? Like, I don't know if y'all seen the trailer, but that trailer don't show that much. It lets you know that you're gonna be fighting a religious cult.
Right.
It's a villain this time, but that's it. That's it. Like, people get mad over anything, bro. Like, just like the
especially
game
in
come
this day
out.
and age,
They want them to cancel the game like that. You be talking to cancel that game. Stop.
And
just don't buy it.
Yeah,
just
right. Like the same thing.
down.
Same thing applies to people who don't like Grand Theft Auto. If it's not your cup of tea, you know, you ain't gotta play it. Keep your children from playing it, but don't say that it shouldn't come out. Like,
them kind of people, man. Like,
that shit killed me, boy.
They worry about the
They gotta let their kids play everything.
people like that live in a bubble where everything is sunshine and flowers, and they're scared to walk outside and see the fucking ash and fire around in the world around them.
Yeah. Out of all things you get mad about, you get mad over a video game. Right. You get mad over a video game. Like, just think about that. You get mad over Grand Theft Auto. You get mad at Far Cry game that's only had one trailer. Right. And then because it's about a religious cult, which actually do exist, you just want to get mad about that.
And if you feel like your argument is, well, it could affect our children's youth and whatnot, no. What you teach your child affects their youth. I mean, you can clearly use that as an example and say, these aren't things that you can do in real life, but because it's a video game, they make satire of the things that happen in the real world, and you know that in the real world you shouldn't do shit like this.
Right, in the Far Cry 5,
or you take your kids in the backyard and shoot at them little motherfuckers.
No crown for the king.
A crown does not make you royalty.
Like I know, right? And then like Far Cry 5, where you playing the guy who's going to stop the religious cult. You playing the good guy, right? So come on.
I mean, the only way I could get icing on this cake is if he was also black, which is kind of true. Which is kind of true because it's which is kind of true because you can create your own character. You can create your. No, I'm saying you can create your own character in this game. So he's gonna look like you. Yeah. So I guess in a way I do get the icing on my cake.
What? My character is gonna be a black man. Alright, killing. Bro, I'm going around killing the bad guys.
Oh shit! Here's the trailer. It's already on Twitter. Wait, no, I think it's on Twitter. I think so. Hold on, I don't know what it is yet. I had it muted because I was looking at booty, so I got to turn it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a moment to look at this 3 minute and 15-second trailer myself.
Whoa! They put out a 3-minute trailer?
Well,
I'm looking at a 1 minite 53-second trailer, and I can't fucking hear it, so I'm taking my headphones out. I'll be back. Oh shit!
I'm trying to make sure.
Also heard your stream.
I'm trying to make sure that this is the one, and
Alright,
not
let's go
like
back to the movie.
Now don't you feel silly?
because all the footage that I'm looking at right now is from Civil War. Okay.
Which part of you hurts?
Whole new everything. But the movie came. But yeah, so EA out the way, Ubisoft out the way. Well, not really Ubisoft out the way. Ubisoft,
EA.
Motherfucking Wakanda, motherfucker.
Yeah, Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft is next.
Microsoft is Scorpio. It's gonna be all Scorpio.
Right.
Damn right, it was in Africa.
I really don't feel like they have any yeah, I really don't feel like they have any games they can really show. And if they do, then
God damn.
then cool, you know, good for them. But to be perfectly honest, I don't think they're gonna have anything.
And they looking because they know it's the fucking truth. Why the fuck y'all would want to kill this motherfucker?
So I don't think they're gonna have any really worthwhile games. Now they could surprise us and just be lying.
Kind
Kind of like that DMC thing where they said, "Oh yeah, you're always going to need to be connected to the internet and shit like that." And then they went back and took it down, or they went back and said, "Nah, because people didn't like that." So,
shit!
right.
Oh shit! This motherfucker flipping over cars and shit. Woo!
But he took the headset out.
Oh, I gotta see this shit. Yo! What's here? Alright, I close my computer now. I don't need to see nothing. Y'all niggas still?
Yeah, we heard all of that. You weren't quiet at all.
Supergirl wins.
I ain't trying to be quiet, motherfucker.
We heard the trailer too. Everything.
That shit was fucking dope. Like it was just as good. It was just as good as any other Marvel trailer.
Wait a minute. Why
full of fucking black people.
Why can I not?
Full of black people. I don't know, dog. I just went on Twitter and it was at the top. Like, I don't know. Like, I wasn't even looking for it. I just logged on and it was like, hey, Black Panther trailer.
Man.
Yeah. So, yeah. So is that it? Well. Yeah, Microsoft, Scorpio.
The next one after that was
Bethesda. I'm hoping for Evil Within 2. That's at top of
my god, I forgot about that.
I'm hoping for that. Please, Bethesda.
And you know, it's sad because publishers have conditioned me now to not buy the first one. Let the noobs and scrubs and idiots who don't know any fucking better buy the first game. And then I'll come by and I'll buy the sequel when everything is fixed and the story is much better.
Yeah, but yeah, Evil Within 2. Like I said, I like the first one. I really dug it. It was something different. Fought some really fucked up things in that game that I still remember to this day. That's in my mind.
Right.
But yeah, it was very very enjoyable. Like I said, this just fits the characters and fits the story and fits the stiff movie. I like the stiff movie. Yeah, they really got one, especially when something is chasing after you or you're trying to maneuver around. So yeah, this fits that stiffness in the game. But yeah, but there's Evil Within 2. Please announce that. Anything else about that conference? I don't know what. I don't know what
your Twitter handle.
You said what?
What's your Twitter handle?
I think I found it.
Do you have a Twitter?
Yeah, I do have a Twitter. I think I found it. It's like 1 minute and 53 seconds.
Yeah.
And it starts out with 2 guys in a room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found
it. That's the guy from Age of Ultron.
Right. Well, actually, it's the guy from Age of Ultron and it's the other guy from Ulysses Claus, the guy you're thinking of. But the guy I'm talking about is I can't think of his name because he shared the same. One of his names, his first or last name, is the same as one of the other guys.
Hawkeye? No, is it Hawkeye?
Ross.
That's not Hawkeye.
His name is something Ross or Ross something, but there's another character. Bless you. But
thank you.
But yeah, I'll take a look at that a little later.
I just found the trailer on YouTube. I'll share it in the group.
Alright.
Do that, speaking of YouTube,
Marvel just. I don't know if they just posted it. But
that shit was dope. Cause okay, well, Lennon, hurry up and watch it so I can talk about it. Hurry up. Cause I know how you is, and sometimes you be like ages ahead of me on shit, and sometimes you be behind me on shit, and so I be mad because I'm so used to you being ages ahead. So I'm like, hurry the fuck up so I can talk about it.
And now you know how I feel every time I be like, hey Sean, have you heard of this? Hey Sean, have you done this? And you be like, no.
It is what it is.
No, damn it, I haven't done
I live
it.
in a bubble, so
and then
it
I
is what it
like,
is.
Well, Sean, hit me up when you've done this, man.
Bro, the top comment on this trailer, bro. So I just said the top trailer, the top comment on the trailer says white DC nerds are triggered. Wow.
Terrible.
Why would you say that?
Right.
They probably are. Cause, bro, you got all these black people, and it's like it's like 2 white people, and one of them's a bad guy, and like gets.
Alright, I'm watching this.
Come on.
But I'm gonna like take my headphones out. So I'll be back in like a minute and some change.
Nigga, I want to hear reaction.
I'll watch that again on my phone. everybody's gonna talk about the show tomorrow.
Supergirl.
Get ready, Fleabag. I will rend your flesh. Hold on, I'm gonna
song they pick. I know this song too. That's dope. Oh shit! Oh, I've been watching that part so many times.
Alright, so the first thing I want to say is this going to be one of those movies where I ask myself why the fuck the Avengers aren't helping him? Because that's the impression I kind of get.
No, because it's just like, it's like this is a Wakanda situation.
I think
he might be if they follow it up, because he's hiding out in Wakanda after Civil War. So he might be in it if the storyline follows closely behind that. But the Avengers shouldn't be here, because this is kind of like I get the vibe that this is my culture and my
Avengers, but
kind of story.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Steve Rogers Avengers, Captain America's Avengers.
Yeah, Captain America. It would be dope if he made an appearance. I would be completely and totally honest, because I'm kind of a Captain America fan, so I would think it would be dope if he made an appearance.
Oh yeah, Captain America definitely gets the black man.
Does this mean we gotta fight? Because I'm a Tony Stark fan.
No, I'm more of a Tony Stark fan. Like, the thing is, I'm a fan of both of them. But I didn't like Civil War because I didn't like how it reflected on Stark. That's why I didn't like Civil War. So I'm more of a Tony Stark fan, but I'm a fan of both of them, but Tony Stark is higher up on my list. But I can't say I hate Captain America.
How do you feel it reflected on Tony?
Because Tony Stark, the whole time, like, Civil War is basically like two sides of the same coin, and you're watching it unfold at the same time. So Tony Stark was trying to save kind of his friends and the family that he made, but he was trying to do it in a way that will keep them out of legal and public trouble and shit. Trying to, get them to agree to some stuff. Maybe if they step out of bounds or they bullshit it a little bit, it happens. But it's just like, let's get these regulations in place. Let's try to get people to see us as the heroes we are. And was Captain America, it was just like, okay, we're the heroes. I don't care how they feel. I don't care how it looks. We're doing the job. And then when it came to saving his friend, it was like, I'm going to save my friend at all costs. I don't really care how it reflects, on the rest of the Avengers. So it was just like, I feel like they were both trying to do what they felt was the right thing. But from the top of the movie to the bottom, Tony Stark was getting shitted on. Because from the beginning, he runs into a lady whose son died during like an Avengers ops. Fucking Pepper, his marriage is on the rocks. You don't see Pepper anywhere in the fucking movie. His marriage is on the rocks, and the entire time,
I don't think they were married.
Like, it is.
Were they married?
So yeah, no, they're married. They're married, and she's running the company. But right now, during that movie, she ain't fucking with him. She's not fucking with him. And the whole time, Tony is just taking L's while continuously trying to, do what he feels is right.
I wanna.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of hated it. And then it was like, I'm not quite done. Hold on. And then it was just like, with Captain America, I understand that he wanted to save, Bucky saved his friend and shit. But it was just like, it was kind of like, I don't know. I didn't like just how it worked out, because he was willing to like just break down, just break against the hero thing. He was like, fuck it. I don't care how people perceive this. I don't really care how it looks. I don't really care what happens. I'm going to save my friend. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time, Tony Stark was trying to save his ass. It's Captain. Well, as far as like, the public eye and his image and shit like that. It's Captain America. Unless all the fucking Avengers are after this nigga, he not going down. Well, Tony was doing what he felt he needed to do to cover Captain America's ass, while Captain America was like, nope, fuck this, that's my friend, I'm finna take his ass and get the fuck out of here. And the final fight is another thing. We talk about that in another.
Well, the reason I understand both sides is because if you watch every movie that has Captain America or Iron Man in it, you get some feedback about both of them. Whereas before, Iron Man hasn't really had a reason to care about his public image. Now he realizes he's part of something bigger, and he realizes he has to act accordingly. So after the events of Age of Ultron, then
actually I feel like all of the Iron Man movies, this motherfucker's had to run damage control. Well, like maybe he didn't seem like he cared, but somebody he cared about, or somebody he cared about would give him some guidance, to run some damage control, and he would either adhere or do something to kind of like make it work in his own way.
Well, yeah, but
so that's
after the events of Age of Ultron, like you said, he meets the woman and she tells him about that. And I really feel like at that point, I feel like half of the movie is you feeling concern for Tony Stark, because remember, he is the only human on the team. Everybody else, if they're not human, everybody else, if they are human, have some form of, training, right? Not even that. Sorry, I have the hiccups.
Oh yeah.
Not even that, but like Black Widow and Hawkeye have like fucking super elite. They make James Bond look like a fucking child in a playground. But the point is, he doesn't have anything like that. All he knows how to do is just build Iron Man suits. And while he can be useful without them, he's still in mortal danger when he's not wearing one if he enters a fight. So I feel like part of that movie kind of shows you things from his point of view and why he feels like, damn, we kind of been fucking up. We just come, we beat the bad guys and shit on anybody else who happens to be around the way. But then you go to Captain America's side and you're like, well, damn, I remember this character. He was with him in the first Avenger when they were fighting the Red Skull, and you thought he had died, and then we find out he comes back, and the Winter Soldier. Like, you're consistently, it's the same thing, but you're doing it over like the course of 3 movies where you realize Captain America will fight tooth and nail for his friend, and the reason he does that, the reason he kind of, to some people, it seems like he's going out of character, is because he knows Bucky, and he knows he's not a bad guy. But the world doesn't know that. The world doesn't see that. Just like when we hear about a shooting on the news, to us, one guy shot another guy. We don't know why. We didn't see it. We don't know the underlying issues. It could have been an accident. It could have been completely on purpose. But
nobody trusts
the
you,
thing that
we've all made mistakes.
That worries me is the fact that neither one of them could kind of just let it go. Like, there was a point in the movie where I wholeheartedly felt Tony's side, because the guy, if I put myself in Tony's shoes, if somebody killed my mom, regardless of whether they meant to or not, if they were controlled or not, I would still be upset about it. And you can bet your ass, if I had the ability to do anything about it.
Hold on, we ain't got to the final fight. Hold on, because that was before the final fight.
Well, okay, well, let me back up then. If I put myself in Tony's shoes, you gotta think about everything he's been through as a hero. To me, Iron Man 3 was him coping with Avengers, and being the only human. I'd freak the fuck out if I had been in space and seen like a whole fucking war fleet of aliens. As a matter of fact, Avengers 1 is the reason Avengers 2 even happened. Because if that didn't happen, then I'm pretty sure MCU would be in a different place right now. And as for Captain America, he is what's the word? He's loyal to a fault to his friends, because there is no way. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I was sure they were gonna kill you, Rob, I'd be like, nah, y'all can't take this man. But if you did some shit like that, if you were my Winter Soldier, I'd be like, bruh, we gotta get the fuck up out of here, because they're gonna kill you. But if they weren't gonna kill you and they were gonna do things by the book, I'd be like, you know what, bruh, just turn yourself in and we got this, Or, being that he doesn't know who he is, he's probably gonna you're probably gonna resist anyway, I'd be like, I can help you, and then the moment you turn around, right in the back of the head, and he's like, "Hey, he's out. He's knocked out. We can, you know, de-brain scramble him or whatever." So
the king of Atlantis.
I don't know.
Even Superman couldn't fight
the way. Like I said, well, I saw both sides. Yeah, I saw Captain America and Iron Man side. I saw they both represented in the movie. While they both had different ideas. You know, which was great. Which was great for the movie. It made for a great plot. You know, seeing both sides and seeing that they're both right. And that makes for a great film because then you're conflicted of whose side you in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just
think it's
my big thing was just that was my whole big thing. I felt like Tony was trying to save everybody, and Captain America was willing to drag everybody in to save his friend. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I felt about it.
Captain America is they both kind of work. They both work. At the end of the day, they both kind of work. Because
wait, hold on. Say that again. I didn't really catch it.
I said, do you feel like Captain America was selfish for doing that, dragging everybody in just to save his friend? Because he didn't really drag him in to save his friend. He dragged him in to stop Zemo, because he thought that Zemo was gonna bring out the other super soldiers.
Hold on.
Which, in hindsight,
Supergirl wins.
A better climactic fight. Well, I take it back. Not a better climactic fight, but
the movie leading up to the all those other Winter Soldiers fight. That was dope. I was getting hyped for that fight. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great.
And look. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Like I just came back to another point that I had, but go. I'm sorry. I don't be interrupt.
Go ahead, Sean.
Well, I mean he.
All right.
I mean he asked me how Tony Stark self. He asked me.
Don't ask me to go with you,
self.
Miss, I wouldn't dare.
I mean, he was kind of looking out. Tony Stark was kind of, even though he was trying to do it to save his friends, he was kind of trying to look out for, his best interest and what he felt was the best interest. Because let's just be honest, all of them, they're superheroes. They don't want to be regulated. They don't want to be like, stuck behind a wall of regulation and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand how Tony Stark could have been seen as selfish in the situation. If somebody is Jason Friday the 13th in the mic right now, Doug.
You know what?
It's gonna be the hardest part.
Oh, my bad. It's probably me because I'm holding the mic like out in front of my face. But I just want to say, remember that scene right after they had captured Captain America, Falcon, and the Winter Soldier, and Tony had those pins, and he said, a lot of people have stopped. Wars have been stopped with these pins. And then he was like, Steve was like, a lot of people could say that those pins started them too. And then right at the end, when he got upset with them, and he gave them back, he said, I don't want to break up the set. I thought that was kind of interesting because I don't feel like Steve realized that his actions were kind of dividing the Avengers. And it didn't dawn on me until after he had sent Tony that letter. And then he was right. It didn't dawn on me until then because I was like, damn, maybe Captain America realizes or feels like he was wrong for doing everything he did. So
I mean, you get there. Now we about to be divided a bit. I didn't look at the letter as him thought he was wrong for everything he did. I looked at the letter as he was wrong for not telling Iron Man about Bucky. He knew that Bucky killed his parents. He kept that from him for a very long time. He could have been told him about that, and he didn't apologize for what he did though. For the Avengers being divided, Captain America still at the end of the movie still felt like he was right out of that whole situation. They both still think they were right. I still think that's where the conflict comes from because they both think they're right because they're both not wrong. That would make the conflict so crazy. They're both not wrong for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what
your heartbeat says you're lying.
It's deep.
Right. I'm fucking lost for words because I'm over here thinking like, how can I fucking add to this? But he's right. Like they're both not wrong, but because they both feel like they're not wrong, they're both not right.
You're right. They're both conflicting with each other now. Everybody, that's why I love Civil War because in the movie, at the end of that movie, they both did come to no resolve. They really did.
Yeah, not really. I mean, you know, Captain America did get Bucky out of there. So, I mean, I guess I feel like in my opinion, kind of won out on that one because he got away, or he got done what he set out to accomplish, and then, you know, was able to take Asylum and Wakanda, which, let's just be honest, they not gonna fucking find him until we, you know.
Bruh, after that trailer, I would be fucking surprised if they found him.
They not gonna fucking find Captain America, but that's besides the point. Get off my Facebook.
You know, I feel like Black Panther is gonna open up with a similar scene to the Crossbones opening in Civil War, where they're gonna be chasing this man, and then they're gonna end up having caught him if they haven't caught him already from Avengers 2. But that whole exchange.
They just showed a Spider-Man commercial. Y'all mentioned they just showed a Spider commercial. He basically watching the it was more funny though. He basically watched the NBA Finals and Tony Stark's at the game, at the NBA Finals game.
Oh, he probably was watching it while he's sitting ringside or some shit, knowing how they
Spider-Man like walked in the room, walked in the party like all these NBA players, and everybody know who he is and stuff. Well, not everybody know who he is, but he's at the party with all these other NBA players, and Tony Stark's at the game. And he looks at the camera, waits at the camera like he's at the NBA Finals game.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
I'm gonna barf.
Begin.
See, this is probably what makes people watch sports right there, just for small shit like that.
It's creative, but like I said, that's why I love Civil War, man. Like, it's a very deep film, and you know, you just can't stay on one side the whole movie. That's what I say to people. Like, if you do, you're stubborn. He's a stubborn robot.
No, right? I might be. I get some stubborn man too.
Why?
I'm sorry. I was.
So wait a minute. So
through the whole movie, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's just kind of a personal bias.
So even when he did that to Scarlet Witch, you still was on his side.
Wait, did what to Scarlet Witch?
Oh, when he locked up and shit.
He made her stay. You remember that when he made her stay in that place with the leave?
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Scarlet Witch. For some reason, my mind was thinking Black Widow. But I mean,
no.
He did that because
I feel like he did it for her own good, though.
Well, no. I feel the opposite. I feel like he did that for the protection of the people, because the people are afraid of her, not because she's afraid of them. I don't feel like she's afraid of them at all. I do feel like she lets
at the same time,
what she sees on the media get to her. I feel like she lets what she sees on media affect her mindset, like caring too much what others think about you. I feel like she's a victim of that, but I don't think she's scared of people. I think people are just scared of her.
But the question is, what's Tony Stark wrong for doing? He's wrong for television to keep her there. Don't let her leave. Basically keeping her off her own food. Basically keeping her from her own food. Even though she's not dangerous. Let's not think about that. She's not dangerous. She's not a dangerous person. It's not like she loses her power.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna say he wasn't wrong because, given everything that's going on, if she goes out in public with the intentions of not causing anybody harm, and then someone eggs her on, or someone lashes out at her, then I think it'll cause her to have a moment, and then it'll be like, well, damn, I should have kept her inside. So in Tony's mind, I'm assuming he's thinking, well, Vision just keep her here and she'll be safe, or the people will be safe from her if she decides to lose her mind and thrash somebody, not necessarily lose her mind, but just retaliate against somebody who has attacked her. Because if it was any other,
why you just didn't tell her
that I could not tell you. Because she would probably think it's preposterous.
I don't feel like.
And besides, he's a fucking human.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't feel like she would have agreed.
Right.
And if I know Tony Stark kind of have he has this mechanism to get into an Iron Man suit real fucking fast.
Yeah, but
she wanted to snatch his ass out of him.
Not even that, she snatch his ass out the suit.
I was about to say, she might get this motherfucker before he suit up.
It'll be like that one thing. Say, hey, get out the suit. Hey, get your ass out the suit before we snatch you out that motherfucker.
When they're doing the fight between him and fucking goddamn, what's the nigga name? War Machine. War Machine.
Right.
Goddamn. Yeah, when them two motherfuckers.
That shit is bro.
Like,
Like,
pulled
I
up
mean,
to his house, got in his suit, beating his ass and flew away.
I mean, you saw what he did. You saw what she did to Vision. She put that man at least 10 stories down, maybe more.
Nah, that wasn't no fucking 10 stories, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't hit the core. He put that motherfucker far in the
right. She's their Hulk.
Think about that. She's the strongest one out the team.
She's their power Hulk. Like if it was just down to like pure power, whereas the Hulk is like pure strength. And it's weird because
she's a lot more powerful in the comics because
she is
of everything she can.
She can alter reality, bro. But you know they can't use the word mutants. So she's what they call a miracle. But
yeah, true.
But that terminology still works in my mind. Like I was like, damn, Marvel, that's like because he said it's no longer the age of spies or superheroes, it's the age of miracles. But that I don't know. She is the most dangerous, and I'm curious to see how the entire team is gonna react to each other in Infinity War.
Okay, they all gonna have to get back together.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. Yeah.
Which I can't wait to see.
Kind of suffer the division and go from God damn, Mike. They're gonna have to kind of suffer the division and like get back together. So that's gonna be dope. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see that unfold.
Oh man,
I want Thanos to be the worst Marvel villain we've seen. Like I really want him to be like really bad.
I feel like he finna be. I don't know which one is it. Which hero or which villain is it that actually that destroyed fucking reality and then had to fix it?
You said
there was a villain. I'm sorry, I'm not as comic book, versed.
I just missed all of what you said. I missed all of what you said.
Villain who completely succeeded, who got everything he wanted, destroyed the fuck out of the universe, and then basically had to set it back right because there wasn't nothing there when he destroyed it.
Yeah, that was Thanos.
That Thanos? Yeah, okay, I was about to say, yeah, this motherfucker is terrible on levels. He's so terrible, he actually succeeded.
That's what I'm saying. I want Marvel, but I want the movie to, cause see, Marvel movies aren't that. They won't see what you just said. I wouldn't imagine them doing something that dark in the movie. I want them to do something that dark in the movie. Though. I want something like for real. I want something that bad.
Supergirl wins.
You know what I'm saying? Like all hope is lost.
It's funny you say that because I don't think it'll be as gruesome. I think it'll be more like off-screen deaths. Like if it was Justice League's Darkseid and he had who's the human on their team? If it was Justice League's Darkseid and he had Batman by the throat, do you think they gonna fucking cut away to him getting Omega beamed in the face? Fuck no. They're gonna show this man get zapped and his atoms are gonna obliterate into nothingness. But if it was a Marvel movie, they're gonna
DC does get pretty close.
They're gonna show it from our perspective. They're gonna show Darkseid. We're gonna be looking at Darkseid, and like the lasers are gonna fire up, and then the screen's just gonna go red, and like the faces of the other Justice Leaguers are gonna go. They're just gonna have that shocked look on their face, like, God damn, he just killed the fuck out Batman. But you know, that's the difference between death in the Marvel movie and death in like a DC movie or whatever. They don't hide it, whereas Marvel they just kind of sugarcoat it and be like, yeah, this happened. It just happened off screen.
That's why I will forever say, y'all, like I keep saying this, someone's gonna die in Infinity War.
Supergirl wins.
Someone's gonna die. Someone has to. When Thanos comes, he has to kill he has to kill an Avenger. Let me just say that. An Avenger will be dying.
No, shut your ass up. You shut your fucking mouth. He will not be dying. That is my favorite.
Who you think
fucking Avenger. He can take the stone without him dying. Damn it,
no, bro, it's over.
No.
The Vision's death is already sealed.
Because I picture his
I'm gonna say,
I picture his fucking.
I think I read that somewhere. Like the Vision's supposed to die in Infinity War.
I picture his fucking thumb and his index finger just taking a chunk out of this nigga's forehead just to get the stone.
Oh my God! Like,
the stone is his forehead. Oh
no,
shit.
you shut your
mouth. He must have grabbed that man by the head with one hand. and then use the other hand to just get that stone and just rip. Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! That'd be that if that happens, that'd be the second worst thing I've seen since that one death scene with Joel and the fucking bloater when he just grabs you and just rips you from the mandible. And I swear to God, every time I see it, I bust out laughing because you're screaming from the pain, but the pain is being caused because your mouth is being ripped open. So it's like a twisted ass paradox. I mean, but
hey, we need to
get back on track with this E3 conference.
Supergirl wins.
We need to get back on track and end it, and then we can just cut the podcast off and continue.
Right.
The Marvel movies,
right. But
so what else did we didn't touch on? I mean,
I just want to comment about I just want to comment on Bethesda's conference and say that I really feel like they're lying to everybody when it comes to not coming out with another Elder Scrolls game. Now I think they just released another one, like Elder Scrolls Morrowind Online or some shit like that. But those online only games, I don't really count shit like that because I don't know, it's just not good to me. It's not good to me at all.
What about if
it's another Fallout?
No.
Oh my god.
What about that line about that? Like, what about he?
Oh my god. I feel like part of me feels like he's not lying, but I feel like he will make an appearance. And if he is lying, they're gonna open up E3 with that. That is my prediction. They're gonna open up Sony's E3 with that, and I'm gonna be like, you bastards.
Yeah, well, this is probably my last E3 prediction. Bloodborne 2. I feel like this gonna be it.
Witcher versus Bloodborne.
Supergirl wins.
Witcher. Witcher.
I'm at. Oh shit.
Nigga, Witcher. You know what? You know what's funny? You know what's funny? The moment he said,
Civil War.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, the moment he said Bloodborne, my mind shot to that meme on Meme Generator where it's like Tony Stark with one face, Captain America with another, and at the bottom it says Civil War. So like whenever I memed it, I was like cartoons. And it was like anime. No, I was like comics. And it was like manga. Then Civil War. So when I said The Witcher and he said Bloodborne, I just saw Civil War. And I heard the fucking Law and Order sound in the background. Ching, 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 ching. Like
I heard that too. I don't know why I heard that shit.
Right, like the same thing happened to me. I was like, why the fuck am I hearing that sound in my mind? Of all things. Fucking spaghetti, ramen, choo choo choo, Civil War. like Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, Civil War. Choo choo choo. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, that's my
last prediction. I was just wondering.
That's my last prediction.
Supergirl wins.
At Sony's E3, it's gonna be a little small trailer, but it will be announced because From Software they've announced that they're done with the Dark Souls series. So hopefully,
yeah.
He found that motherfucker.
I did. I was like, let me get this now. Ooh.
But yeah, they said that they're done with the Dark Souls series and
oh, they are.
Yeah, they said Dark Souls 3 was the last one.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
I'm not afraid of
but
you.
I'm gonna have to play a Dark Souls game.
Oh,
they
no.
say those games are ridiculously hard.
Bloodborne. Just get Bloodborne.
Just get Bloodborne. Because Dark Souls, you think you yelling now playing Titanfall 2? Bruh.
God, yeah.
There ain't even no updates. There are no fucking updates to fucking Dark Souls. That shit is fucking single player. So you gonna be right. You gonna be looking at bosses You're gonna be like, how the fuck am I supposed to fight that?
Hold on, Sean. Do you know anything about Bloodborne?
Or its gaming mechanic?
No, I know little about either of these games.
Oh my
god,
bro! You thinking you screaming at Titanfall?
Oh my gosh! You gonna break more than your fucking TV, bro. You gonna break more than your TV.
I want you to get that game.
Oh my god!
Please get it in streaming. Please get it in streaming. So I can laugh.
I ain't getting that shit unless I get some glass for this.
Man, shit, you need to put your TV inside of a fucking glass box, a fucking bulletproof, shatterproof glass box, where the only thing that's coming out of that bitch is air and cord. Like
that. That's another game where the things I fought on they are still stuck in my mind. The things that I fought.
Man, only thing I'm thinking of is that one extra boss that you didn't even have to fight. King something. King Ladorius or King. I can't think. Right. That this nigga had a sword, a staff, and like some other extra weapon. And me and Rob was like, how the fuck do you fight that? Because at half his health, he uses both.
Bruh, yes. That's a thing about these bosses.
And he was like, an extra boss.
The extra bosses be the worst.
Right.
No, hold on. The extra bosses be the fucking worst.
And Final Fantasy is like notorious.
I'll tell you about one.
Final Fantasy is notorious for that shit.
No, nigga, no. It wasn't not even just Final Fantasy. Well, Square Enix just in general. If you played Kingdom Hearts 2, if you played Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2, Sephiroth was a pain in the ass. You didn't have to beat Sephiroth. Nigga, all you had to do was go in the Coliseum and fight this motherfucker. You didn't have to beat Sephiroth. But, I mean, it was, I had to develop a rhythm. I developed a rhythm to defeat Sephiroth, and that's the only way I could beat him. I developed a rhythm. And I could only beat Sephiroth through the most painstaking muscle memory I've ever developed in my fucking life. Okay? And then, Kingdom Hearts 2, there was some shit in the desert called Kurt Visa. I don't know what the fuck he was. I don't know why he was out there. But I beat the whole fucking game. Went back out into the desert and had to fight this motherfucker. I spent more time fighting his ass than the actual fucking boss. It got to a point where I was like, I don't even care. I don't even know why I'm doing this anymore. He just got to die because he just been disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Kurt Ziza was the worst.
Bro,
like, go on YouTube and look that motherfucker up. Kurt Ziza, this nigga had like 4 arms, was flying through the air with swords, controlled fucking wind. I was like,
You don't look like a
No, see, I respect
Cole.
everything you just said.
Look like
I respect all that.
Let me show you some
It gets to a point where like you're fighting a side boss and you're wondering like, why am I doing this? Like you won't even count the main story. You won't even count the main story. Why am I fighting?
That's like when people drink for the first time. They probably drink and they don't like it, and they're like looking at the cup like, why am I doing this?
Bruh. That game, Kingdom Hearts 2, had me screaming in the Genius Dorm. Like, I was screaming like a motherfucker. I was in Genius, so I know that shit was echoing. I know people heard that down.
Whoa, back up. You played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on the PS3 when it came out?
Had enough,
No,
sweetheart?
I played Kingdom Hearts. No, I didn't even. No, I played Kingdom Hearts. I had to play it on an emulator. So I had an HP computer that I had set up, and I had an emulator set up on there, and then I had to like set it up to, you know, to clock it well enough to where it would run. Like certain stuff, honestly, wouldn't even run because the computer couldn't handle it with the emulator. But I played both games on an emulator, dog. Like, because I never had. I think I never had a PlayStation 2. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a PlayStation, and then I just completely skipped 2. Then never had a 2, and then I had a 3 and a 4. You know?
I'm sorry, that shit just registered. Bro, that shit just registered in my mind.
The PlayStation 2, cause PlayStation 2 came out when I was a kid, and like mom had to buy that shit. Mama wasn't buying that shit. Mama couldn't afford it. So I played my cousins down the street had a PlayStation 2. That's the only time I played PlayStation 2. So mom bought me my PlayStation, and there wasn't no more games after that. So I didn't get more games until I bought my own in college, and that was when I bought my PlayStation 3.
Wow.
You might have missed the best.
The best.
People say that's like the
best generation. The best generation of your life.
Yeah. A lot of people say PS2 is the best one.
You know what? It's funny because me and Sammy, we were talking about I don't know what made us start talking about it, but we were talking about Injustice and how they have like abilities, and I was complaining because I was like, some of these abilities take up both of your ability slots, and then some of them only take up one, so you can have 2 abilities, or you can just have one ability that takes up the whole slot. So, in the midst of us talking about this, I was saying that, yeah, that kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball Z Budokai series on PlayStation 2. And then it made me think of, the second one and the way they did the story mode and how it was like a chessboard type thing. And we were reminiscing about that because in Budokai series, they had this thing called a breakthrough, and it takes up all of your slots. So you either get like 10 or 7 slots. And some characters have 10 and some characters have like 7. But we were talking about how it gives you access to all their moves because it's a breakthrough skill slot. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, this game was like really good. Like, we just got nostalgic talking about it. But you've not played any of that. And
I didn't have that opportunity. I'm sorry. Like, I grew up a poor kid, man.
I mean, it's
we're still not super wealthy. You know what I'm saying?
It's cool, man. Just know that if you ever get a PlayStation 2 for any reason, just know I have Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 somewhere in my house inside of a case. I say somewhere.
I still got on my PS2.
I don't. That's the only game I cared about on PS2. So.
Yeah, the God of War. I'm looking at it right now.
I mean, I still got my PS3 games. I still got all of those.
I said I
about the Budokai series, Spider-Man, Mortal Kombat.
I got other people's PS3 games.
Yeah.
People let me borrow games and then disappear. And I was like,
but
I'm not gonna hunt you down to give you your game back.
Next week we should try to talk about movies because we had a really in-depth conversation about movies. Like,
well,
yeah, that's why I said
this shit. Make a schedule.
Right. Yeah, that's why I said I mean, we're done with 3 talk, man. My last
we're done. I'm done. I'm done. I mean, the only thing I'm expecting, I don't know what to expect from Devolver Digital. I mean, they made one of the best top-down video games I've ever played in my life.
I'm gonna have to look at that shit. I ain't never heard of Devolver. I'm sorry.
Bruh,
no, I've heard the name somewhere.
Look up
like
Hotline Miami
thing.
Look up Hotline Miami.
Oh, Devolver is the studio. Devolver is the studio, right?
Yeah.
Another hardcore game. That's another hardcore game. That's hard. That is.
If you know what?
Very tough.
Hotline Miami came out on I can play it on my PS4, so you should be able to play it on yours. Play that because
for free.
Well, if you're using my account, it's already you can download it. But
okay.
The reason I want you to play is because you're either gonna laugh or you're gonna fucking like hate yourself, because that's how that game is. There's literally no in between. Yeah, Devolver Digital made Hotline Miami 2. I mean Hotline Miami and Hotline Miami 2 wrong number. So, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, and one last thing, Sony is gonna win E3.
It's looking like it. I feel like Sony. I feel like the prediction is that Sony could win E3, but I don't know. I feel like
who could beat them?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to say this, but I think if Microsoft, if they come with the right shit, if they pull enough shit out of the bag, then they could make a statement. But if they just come with what it looks like they finna come with, obviously not. Even though I'm not a Microsoft person, but I feel like Microsoft, if they got enough shit to pull, just out of the hat, to just go hat trick mode, I feel like they can make a statement.
The only thing
that's just dependent on what they got, because it don't really look like they got a lot.
Right. The only thing I can think of is Scalebound, and like I said, it wouldn't be much of a surprise. So, I mean, Rob might be right. He says they just might be trademarking the name. So they might I feel like it's in
Here I'm Superman.
I really feel like that.
A better oxymoron.
I feel like it's back in production, that it's going to be the first breakout game for the Scorpio. And I'm not going to lie, depending on how it looks, I might make this one a Scorpio just to try to play that game. Because remember, Fable did the same thing. Fable made me want to buy it just to play Fable, because that was one of the first games that gave you the choice to tailor the gameplay to your choices in the world.
So you did it up there now and do it.
Cool. Oh, and I wanted to let you know, Rob, on Injustice, there's another multiverse where you get an ability and a platinum box, and I'm doing it right now. But you have to fight Superman, so
Oh, and it costs 150,000 credits to unlock the fight.
You can't.
You have to
Nice.
unlock the fight.
I have
Well, that
something to
particular
say.
one. What's
I have
up?
something to tell you about this, but I'm gonna say.
Go
Oh, you
ahead
wanna-
and end the
you wanna-
podcast, man.
You want to save it
No.
after the podcast?
Yeah, because that it's gonna be a full.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's gonna lead us into another thing.
Oh, trust me, it will.
Oh
And-
my god.
Trust me, it will. And it's something bad.
Oh.
Not something good.
Oh no. I'm scared to hear about this now. So with that said, with that being said, we're gonna go and we're gonna cut the podcast short. I appreciate Rob and Sean
2 hours.
for being out here. And we'll try to do this again Friday at 8. Of course, if you don't hear them on the podcast, you'll always hear my voice and my thoughts on whatever topics we're talking about. And I just want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to us. If you come across this video on my YouTube channel, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. And this has been a Game Streaming Network. Thank you, and have a great day.